Alrighty, everybody. So, I'm gonna try. I did the video of the 4 here. I'm gonna try to upload it. See if it loads because the internet sometimes takes forever to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a review of the double and the pairs. I'm gonna get the small boats done. Okay. Um, see if this is more efficient for me than doing one at a time. Again, with the internet issues that we have at our place. Let me see if microphone is on. Yes. I don't know. Our internet is not the best for uploading stuff. I found out, so um, we're gonna give it some time. See by the time the afternoon hits, it's ready to go. Okay. Let's start with the double here. Volume is out. There you go. Yeah, so definitely this boat, I was expecting it to fit you guys a little bit better, but oops. But yeah, we were having some issues there, so let's take a look at normal speed again. The volume is out. So pay attention. Let's go frame by frame now. So we're gonna start at the finish right there. We're gonna start at the finish. Boop, right here. Not too bad with the release there. Again, it looks like a lot of... Hi, Sullivan. I know it's breakfast time. Just a second, okay, baby? My cats are gonna be annoying now. So, like, here we can see, like, we're finishing quite together, but then we're feathering a little bit too much with our wrist there, Glenn. I would say to probably bring that right hand a little bit higher with the left hand at the finish. So like now you do it here. So you want to keep those flat wrists a little bit more. We want to try to get that hands a little bit more together. I don't know if you can see there's a little bit of separation going on. Then we do the hands away. You can see it again here. So keeping our hands a little bit more together there. Let's see, Zach, double boost tiny man for you. Not too bad with the hands there, Zach, but as I was telling Glenn, keeping an eye, making sure when we school both hands are, doing kind of the same movement, and then at the finish we kind of bring them next to each other, and then when we stack them we try to do that while keeping the movements small. A little bit off there with the hands away, body over. Doesn't look too bad there, but I would say, Glenn, your knees go up really quick comparison with Zach. And then as we go to the catch there, see how early we are there and how much hesitation there is. So let's go back a couple of frames from this perspective, see if we can see it. So now I'm seeing a little bit of a lean, I think, as well. Yeah, a little bit of a leaning there, Glenn, going to starboard. So I'm gonna play its normal regular motion there, see if we can see a little bit of the rush we were talking about. See there how like there's a little bit of like throwing. Boop. There's a little bit of throwing. So like again, throwing, I mean like throwing ourselves towards the catch there. See how like, we do the movement way too quick. So we wanna be here, we wanna keep control. And then once we put the blade into the water, we don't wanna like make it so sudden. We don't wanna make it so like sudden. I think that sudden is the best word that we could use here. Like that the catch should be like, we should be waiting patiently for the catch, and I know you all can see here how like we're kind of like throwing ourselves. We're going putting them into the water and push. The frame by frame doesn't show it that much, but once we play it regular speed, okay. Sorry, God. Once we see it regular speed, we can see that we kind of throw and then put the blade into the water, and then kind of like, let's go now frame by frame and see what's going on there. So we both have the tendency of pulling a lot. So pulling a lot. See there how the legs looks like they're not doing a lot of work. They're just like, we just put the blade into the water, and then we go squirt. We go a little bit like opening with the body. And now I want you to understand, guys, like the suspension must be there. Like you guys keeping the arms straight. It's not pulling with the arms. It's more like pulling with the body there. You put the blade into the water and then you go open. So we want to make sure that we do a little bit more of the top quarter. We do a little bit more of the legs, because sometimes like this pulling makes the last part of the recovery even like more like exaggerating. Like this drive here, it's not the most efficient drive. So see how like it's like a little bit like, you know, struggling to move, struggling to get the breathe, struggling to run. So yeah, so the pulling kind of like gets rid of a little bit of the leg power, which is more efficient than the pulling. Okay, so like the leg power will bring us forward, the leg power will help us get a little bit farther. The pulling will cause a little bit of a rush, will cause a little bit of inefficiency there. So let's see what else is going on there. And this is gonna be a big video. I'm gonna do all the 3 small boats together because it's almost time for me to head out to work and I want to get it done. Okay, as we go with the blade into the water there, Zach, you can see your shoulders there going quite high. I think that there was some strokes here that we were doing a better job looking up, because sometimes when we look down, Zach, our shoulders kind of shrug. So by looking up at the finish, we don't have to look up to the sky, but looking like at Glenn's hat, for example, might be a good helper there to keep our bodies a little bit more. And Zach as well, a little bit. See there how like we lose the angle forward there, so like we go a little bit up. We want to go forward and horizontal. And then here you can see how you're looking down. See, the shoulders make it even worse. The shoulders get even worse right there. So you want to keep thinking about looking up, okay? Okay, I'm gonna finish it here. There was a lot of stuff here to work on. So the pairs, I got you videos a little bit from the far side. It was hard with so many boats. I think that here we were trying to practice the square, which, you know, not bad. Should have to zoom in a little bit more. Okay, let's go frame by frame. So I think here we're doing half feather or quarter feather or whatever. Similar things from what we're seeing here. So poster at the finish here wheel is not that bad. The thing is, like, I don't know if you can see, sometimes we've realized that when we do a little bit of like, you know, the finish stuff, when we lay back a little bit too much, we kind of have the tendency of like bending our wrist a little bit up and then flat. So I think that it would be good to also start thinking about, rather than like bringing our wrist bending like a little dinosaur, probably try to keep it a little bit more horizontal here, horizontal. See here how it bends a little bit sometimes. It's not something that happens all the time, but you know, I'm trying to find ways to help you guys out understand, like, you know, finish position stuff. So I wonder if by thinking like, you know, keeping our wrist flat the whole time, because I think that part of the issue there is that we're raising our shoulder, right? So then we're trying to balance it out and bringing it down. So like that right here, like it looks like the wrist is like, you know, doing a little bit of a hook while bending the wrist. So we want to get the hook correctly, right? But we want to try to keep that wrist flat. Again, it's a small little detail that I've realized watching this video. But yeah, there's a good hanging there, good suspension. And again, the finish positions are actually not bad, you guys. Let's keep going here. It's gonna start getting dark, so the video quality will get worse and worse, guys. I will try to, like, Sundays start taking more video because yeah, here you can see it a little bit more there, a little bit of, like, you know, the grabbing, like the little, like, dinosaur hen, it looks like. For Europe, I cannot see your shoulders really well, but they look pretty good. We're putting the blade into the water. I would say both of us were starting the drive a little bit earlier than we should. So see here how the blade is still traveling to the water, and we well more than Rob. Rob puts the blade in, and then a little bit of a leg right there, but so tiny. A bit of a pull too, but not too bad. But yeah, making sure that we put the blade into the water first, completely before we start the leg drive. Hanging there pretty good. Rob, your arms have been getting better. Good job. I would say though, a little bit of, oops, I'm hungry. A little bit of opening with the body if I'm super picky. Well, if you sit up, your body forward looks pretty good. Rob, it looks like you're, like, pulling just a teeny tiny bit, but again, it's not bad at all. It still looks good. Releases decent. Let's see what's going on there with that tap down. My hand is falling asleep, you guys. Just a second. Oy! So we're here hanging. Here we were doing the half feather, so the releases don't look too bad. So I would say, guys, when we do quarter feather, that was probably my fault that I didn't specify that. When we do the quarter feather, we still want the blade to get out on the square, and then, like, we put it on the half feather. I think that, you know, there might have been a confusion there. So for next time when we do the half feather drill, we don't get the blade on the quarter feather. We try to get it as square as possible, and then we go to the quarter feather. But again, not bad at all. Just a clarification. So let's take a look at this set stuff right here. So the boat, you know, for being a pair, not bad. That one was alright. The only thing I can see there is a little bit of washout from starboard. And so we are pretty together. Yeah, it's gonna be really bad quality in this next day. Sorry, guys. And then we go like this to the catch. Put the blade on the square. And again, a little bit more body over from you guys wouldn't be a bad idea. And then I get this right here. We put it into the water right here. And then the shoulder, we would like to sit up a little bit more. But yeah, not bad at all there. It looks like, you know, it was falling a little bit too poor, huh? Yeah. But again, still pretty good. I would say, once we're going to the feather, probably the blades were a little bit too close to the water, so a little bit more tap down, but not too bad at all. And let's finish up with the Sundquist. Yeah, the quality is gonna be a little bit off, guys. It was hard to take video from all of you. Look at you guys going on the square. I like to see that. Like, I know that probably was a little bit bouncy and it was a little bit uncomfortable, but the fact that you guys tried to go on the square is amazing. So good job. I even think like I was talking at the same time as I was taking video and driving to tell you that, that's what we want to see. We want to see you guys getting out of your comfort zone. Even if it gets a little bit ugly at the beginning, sometimes we just have to do it and figure things out. If we don't do it, we'll never know what to fix, right? So right at the finish there, what I was trying to tell you guys, it looks like then you're doing the hands away, body over a little bit together. So we would like to think it more about getting the hands out first, all the way out, and then the body. See here how the knees are already starting? Oops. Let me pause it. See how already here we're doing the finish and we were doing the hands away. Here, and same with you, Brent. Like, we would like to see those knees a little bit lower. We would like to see the knees a little bit more all the way down while we do the hands away, body over. So we want to get the hands away, body over, getting the hands out first, and then like making sure that we pivot a little bit more with the body there. Then so again, organizing the strokes. Sometimes it's even good to think about it a little bit and then smoothing it out as we go. We don't have to look like complete robots, right? Like doing beep, 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 step by step. But we have to do it for a couple of strokes to remind ourselves, that's fine, right? So yeah, look at like the knees going up a little bit too early there. Both of you would like to see a little bit more like, putting the blade into the water and then pushing. It looks like as we put the blade to the water, we pull. Then I can see your shoulder a little bit too close to the ear there for my taste. But hanging doesn't look terrible, just a little bit of a bend on the outside. So thinking about that suspension, thinking about that hanging a little bit more. Oops. I don't know what I was doing there. Sorry, guys. So yeah, when we were going regular rowing there, so we were, my voice is all messed up. So we're gonna do the hands away, body over, and as I go to the catch, we squared it up. So yeah, so I know that we're working on the square and we were checking and, the pairs. I feel like, I like it when you guys try to get, plates on the square and stuff. But I also understand it's probably the most challenging boat to row. It's quite challenging, so I'm gonna try to keep a look on some stuff. So here what I'm seeing, the first thing that I'm seeing there is I think like we were going on the square, so we were getting pretty good strokes there. Again, it's normal to see a little bit of like, splashing and stuff. God damn it, we're doing square on the pair. I even understand that. So as we go to the catch there, again we can see here make sure that we put the blade into the water a little before that, and take a look as now we were going on the square, and I think that in the next one we're gonna go on the feather. No, not that one yet. The next one. So right here we're going on the feather. No, not this one. What about this one? Yes, this one. This one is the one that we're going to the feather. So take a look at their brand. How like, then was like getting the blade pretty clean there. And we were kind of throwing a little bit into the water. I think that also there, I don't know if Dan was washing out a little bit there. No, not too bad there. So something to work on. Probably a little bit too much higher in the water, but not too bad there. So I'm sure that throw a little bit your way towards port side, Brent. That throw like Dan's way towards your port side. So that's probably why we had a little bit of like, clumsy finish. Here we were looking, that one was actually, even though we were looking, a little bit better. But again, thinking about you know, finishing all the way and then feathering out of the water. There's some strokes that here, let's see, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of throwing water, but not too bad there. But we were definitely see the finishes were a little bit off once we were going on the feather. So Brent, we were getting out a little bit earlier, and I know that's because probably we're looking on the back. But here, see, like we have a little bit of different finishes. So yes, let's match up these finishes a little bit more. Then let's relax that shoulder a little bit, my friend. Like same as I was telling Will, I think that you have a little bit of dinosaur hand going on. That one was better. That one was a little bit more bending, and even it looks like we're feathering a little bit with the outside hand there then. So think about wrist flat. Not see here. I don't know if you can see here because the quality is so bad, but I can see your hand kind of like bending a little bit on the wrist. So we want to keep that flat, okay? And we want to make sure that we tap down with the outside, feather with the inboard, okay? Alrighty, enjoy.